Hey, go fans of Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. It is a Monday. You know what that means. Jump into the latest Eagles news and rumors, starting with something I saw on Twitter over the weekend regarding Deshaun Watson and Howie Roseman. So, as we know, the Deshaun Watson rumors are, I guess, heating up, kind of like they've been heating up for the past year and a half regarding will he play, will he be cleared, will he be convicted, will there be a settlement, will he be traded, will he waive his no trade clause. Like, there's so many things going on with Deshaun Watson. However, with those 22 active allegations still on him, or technically pending, I would say, there is no resolution in sight. However, there are reports suggesting that Howie Roseman did very much some due diligence on Deshaun Watson as early as last season, sending a private investigator to kind of try and figure out what's going on with Deshaun Watson and maybe, indicate whether they could actually trade for him or not trade for him. So the Pro Football Network put this out over the weekend. I want to throw it up on your screen right now. Quote, the Washington Commanders and Carolina Panthers remain interested in Watson per legal sources. Philadelphia Eagles general manager Howie Roseman previously conducted significant due diligence on Watson before last season, even sending investigators to Houston to look into the legal situation and contacting Rusty Hardin, Watson's attorney, per sources. However, Watson has never been inclined to waive his no-trade clause for the Eagles. Moreover, Philadelphia has committed Jalen Hurts as their quarterback, end quote. So, what do we take from this, right? This comes out this weekend for the Pro Football Network. Now, we had heard that Howie Roseman did do some investigating into Deshaun Watson as early as last season. That's not necessarily big news or new news, but you bring it back up and you go, okay, how he did look, how he did make a phone call, how he did send people down there, and the fact they haven't traded for Deshaun Watson, I think, shows that he doesn't believe Deshaun Watson either wants to be an Eagle or will be allowed to play football in 2022. Like, that's my main point. I still don't believe Watson plays in 2022. So we can talk about Deshaun Watson all we want, but I won't talk about him actually being an Eagle, or to one, he's traded, or two, he's actually cleared of what is going on right now. Because of all the situations that he has, there's no way the NFL is just going to let him waltz back onto the football field unless he is completely cleared. And even if he is, has settlements or whatever, there's still a chance the National Football League could suspend him for a significant amount of time. They've done it in the past where you aren't charged criminally, but you still go ahead and, violate the league policy, and then you get, an 8-game suspension. So I'm still out on Deshaun Watson. I've stayed out on Deshaun Watson, but it's interesting that, of course, Howie Roseman did do some very significant work in terms of possibly trading for Deshaun Watson. Now, of course, there are still things going on legally, as we just mentioned, and Pro Football Network did mention that as well. We'll throw it up on the screen. Quote, Watson is facing 10 criminal complaints against sexual misconduct or sexual assault. He has not been charged with a crime, but Hardin, that's his attorney, has repeatedly said he is hopeful for clarity by April 1st on whether Watson will be charged. Watson is scheduled to face his first deposition on March 11th as Hardin's office for civil lawsuits alleging inappropriate behavior during a season with massage therapists, end quote. So today is March 7th, so March 11th will be at the end of this week, meaning things are going to start to kind of ramp up in terms of the trial for Deshaun Watson, and potentially the ability to be cleared, potentially the ability to be traded, and if it's to Philadelphia, we will cover it here on the channel, although as I said many times before when asked about Deshaun Watson, I highly doubt that he will be traded to Philadelphia, and I really don't want him to be traded to Philadelphia unless he is completely cleared. And then in that case, you're trading away first-round draft picks. You guys know I want to stick with Jalen Hurts, and that is that. Okay, pick comment down below. Do you guys think Deshaun Watson will play football in 2022? If you think he will, type 1 down below for yes. Think he will not, type 0 down below for no. All right, next question here comes from, the next story, I should say, on Monday. We're rolling through the latest news and rumors. It talks about Za'Darius Smith. Now, you haven't watched the Packers a lot this past season, and maybe you did, maybe you didn't. You kind of forgot about the fact that they had two really good pass rushers, right? They have Preston Smith and a brother, Za'Darius Smith. Well, Philadelphia's been reportedly interested in possibly signing him if he is released by the Packers, and it seems like that is going to go ahead and be the case based on some new reporting done this weekend. So, of course, Za'Darius Smith. He is a 3-4 outside linebacker right now for the Green Bay Packers, but we have a perfect 4-3 defensive end for the Philadelphia Eagles. And with the Eagles not expected to re-sign Derek Barnett or Ryan Kerrigan, it makes a ton of sense that Zadarius Smith could be a target for the Philadelphia Eagles in free agency. Section 215 is a great write-up on this. Throw it up on your screen right now. Quote, had Smith been healthy for the entirety of the 2021 NFL season, it probably would have marked his third straight season of double-digit sacks and trips to the Pro Bowl. But unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. The pride of Kentucky suffered a back injury that kept him out of all but one game and ultimately resulted in a season-ending surgery on September 27, 2021. And now, well, according to Aaron Watson of Pro Football Network, the Packers are expected to move on from Smith and his $27.6 million cap hit to take a $15 million off of the books, end quote. So, there you go. Smith is going to go ahead and be released. And again, it's because he costs too much money in terms of the overall cap space. The Packers are grossly over the cap going into 2022. They have this guy named Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams they might want to try to re-sign. Maybe you've heard of them. So you have cap casualties, and Smith is one of them. I think Philadelphia should 100% take a look because he's not going to be that expensive because he didn't play, essentially, in 2021. Now, you go back to 2020, and the numbers are incredible. I mean, give me this right now in Philadelphia. That sounds fantastic. 16 games. He had 12 and a half sacks, 23 quarterback hits. The guy is a beast beast coming off of the edge, and again, fits very, very well in the Jonathan Gannon 4-3 defense. Now, they need help on the defensive line. I expect them to do that in the NFL draft. We talked about 3 first-round draft picks. There are a lot of pass rushers in the first round, but if you want to save those draft picks for wide receivers or linebackers or cornerbacks, then you could go ahead and go to free agency and get a guy like Smith who would fill in many of the gaps that are going to be left by Derek Barnett or Ryan Kerrigan, both of whom are expected to go ahead and be essentially not re-signed. They're not going to be cut because they're at the end of their contracts, but not re-signed as we all think and expect. What are your thoughts on signing Smith? What do you think? Type S down below for Smith or for sign, type P down below for pass. All right, we'll get into our final story on Drake London here in just one second. First, though, quick shout out to the 2-pack Eagles polos that are still on sale right now. Chatsports.com/Eagles polo is the link that you need. They are 25% off, and they come in a multitude of colors. You get 2, right? It's 2 basically for the price of 1 right now with this crazy good discount. Link is on your screen. It'll also be down below in the description box as well. Pick up your polo right now. Chatsports.com/Eagles polo. Excuse me, geez. I'm getting all choked up because how fantastic these are. 25% off. The link is down below in the description box. All right, final story here quickly on Drake London and being a perfect fit for Philadelphia. We talked about Drake London here on the channel in the past, and you guys know that I like him. I think he's a great player. I just am worried about the ankle injury that, of course, suffered really towards the end of last season, which is, to me, a significant thing for a wide receiver to have because you'd be cutting on that ankle, you'd be running on that ankle, and ankles tend to be tricky injuries. And you know that I don't like spending a first-round draft pick on a player coming off of a season-ending injury. I like to wait to the second or third round to go ahead and grab a guy like that. However, everybody else seems to disagree because they think Drake London is 1, the best wide receiver in this draft, 2, a top 10 draft pick, and 3, as you'll see, Pro Football Focus says, the perfect fit for Philadelphia. Throw it up on your screen right now. Quote, Pro Football Focus. However, once the Eagles likely cut J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the largest receiver they'll have in the roster will be John Hightower or Watkins, both of whom are listed at 6'2" and less than 195 pounds. Enter London, who is listed at 6'5", 209, and was an accomplished route runner during his time at Southern Cal. He is a surprising yards after catch threat, forcing 0.19 missed tackles per touch, which ranked 48th among 214 FBS wide receivers that have been drafted since 2015. Additionally, nearly a third of his targets came 11-plus yards downfield, which implies that he can win down the field and at the catch point. Regardless of what the Eagles do at quarterback this offseason, London would be a great addition to their receiving core. Again, I'm not saying that he wouldn't be. I just do worry about that ankle injury. If you can guarantee me it's not going to be an issue, which I'm sure his doctors are going to say so as we get past the NFL Combine as we already have and into really draft time, which is late March and early April, then maybe, just maybe, Philadelphia does make a move. But I do think there are some other receivers out there that I would like a little bit more. Things like Treylon Burks or even Chris Olave, who had an absolutely fantastic NFL Combine, including running and a crazy fast 40 and being the best route runner in the National Football, or really the best route runner in college football, maybe even heading into the National Football League. So we'll see on Drake London, but I want to show you guys that even though I am not 100% on board, a lot of other people are, which means maybe I'm going to be wrong, and they'll take Drake London, and he'll be fantastic, and then you can say that I was, of course, wrong. All right, let me end on this. Is London the best wide receiver in this draft? What do you think? Type Y down below for yes. If you think he is not, go ahead and type N down below for no. Altogether today on our Monday Eagles news and rumor video, make sure you guys go ahead and follow me on Twitter at @RealThomasMott. We're going to do plenty of great, videos coming up later on this week, so subscribe as well. If you guys want to chat on Twitter, send me a DM at @RealThomasMott, and then we might do a mailbag video later on this weekend, so use the hashtag Eagles in the comment section and ask any sort of Eagle-related mailbag question that you want. We have plenty of great questions every single week, so get in on the action right now. All right, altogether today on our Eagles news and rumor video, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off for the rest of your day.